This is going to be, Ross, I mean, a remarkable event, actually, to see all these world leaders gathered together. A little bit of diplomacy for the king. One can't imagine quite how he's going to handle it, though, at this time. It must be, in some respects, the last thing he wants to do.
Well, of course, he's still mourning his mother. At the same time, he's trying to find his feet in a new job at the age of 73, when most people are retired. So, yes, of course, it is going to be unusual to see so many world leaders together. We don't normally get this, even when we have international summits, G8, G7, we've got 7 world leaders as a clue in the name. We have the G20, we get 20 world leaders together. But, on this occasion, it's, very many heads of state. But, of course, they're not all political leaders. There are some countries have a presidency. Joe Biden is president, head of state, and he's also chief of executive powers, the same with President Macron. But a lot of republics, like monarchies, have a sort of titular head of state. And, the president of Germany, president of Italy, and so on, they're not political leaders as such.
No, but isn't it interesting how nearly every country wants to have a representative, if not a monarch or a president, coming? We even hear that those countries that haven't been invited for various reasons are actually mortally offended that they haven't been invited. So the world wants to take part in this.
Well, it does, yes, and it's extraordinary that I can't think of any other figure in the world who would attract this sort of mass mourning by the world leaders. We have had in the past, and the President Kennedy was sadly shot in office. It attracted a huge amount of mourning around the world. But with the Queen, it really is a mass world event, if you like. And, there's an opportunity for Liz Truss as the new Prime Minister to meet so many world leaders. I mean, many Prime Ministers will have been through office and never met so many world leaders as Liz Truss will do over the next couple of days. But of course, it's not a time for doing great amount of business. It's a time for, getting to know world leaders. It's not really how she would want to meet Joe Biden, for example, for the first time. So there was going to be a sort of formal meeting between Liz Truss and Joe Biden. Well, that's been put off, actually. They're going to meet at the UN on Wednesday, I understand, instead.
An opportunity for everybody to at least nod at each other.
Yes.
Yes, and they've got quite a time to kill as well tomorrow, haven't they? Because
Few
they'll be
hours.
arriving from 8 o'clock